Happy Memorial Day weekend. I hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful long weekend and that you're getting to enjoy the sunshine. I don't know what the weather is like where you are, but at least here in Michigan, it was 82 degrees yesterday. I was so happy. I figured today I would bring you a nice spring, summer recipe that you can make while you're enjoying the sunshine with some nice, fresh summer fruit. So we're going to be making strawberry bread today, which is kind of a version of, it's like banana bread, but made with strawberries instead. There's no bananas in it. It's just strawberries, but it's so delicious. And it has a really nice glaze, strawberry glaze on top too, that just makes the whole recipe. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to make that today. Hi, Aunt Jeannie. Aw, that's my Aunt Jeannie. Hi, Aunt Jeannie. Thanks for watching. Actually, I'm going to be bringing this strawberry bread up to my family at my cottage probably a lot this summer because it's just a really good, delicious, easy recipe to make. So thanks for commenting. If anybody else is out there watching, send me a comment. Tell me where you're watching from just so that I can say hi and know that you're here. All right. I'm thinking, oh, hi, Laura. I love your blouse. Ah, thanks. It's from, I know you told me to DM me later, but I can tell you now. It's from Express, I think. So thank you. I appreciate that. I didn't know how the tie was going to look, but thanks. All right. So I think we can get started. I wanted to give everybody a little bit of time to join. We can get started. All right. So what we're going to start with first is 2 cups of all-purpose flour. So this is a really easy recipe, like most of the ones I've been doing on live. I'm trying to keep it easy for you guys right now. So all of the recipes that I'm putting on my lives are really easy. They're pretty much just like dump everything into a bowl and then mix it up. So we're continuing that trend today, and we're just going to dump everything in this bowl. Mia. Hi, Mia. I love that. My little cousins are watching me. That's awesome. Okay, so we're going to dump our 2 cups of flour into this bowl. And it says 2 tablespoons all-purpose flour on the screen. We're going to use that in a little bit. So only put 2 cups of flour in this bowl for now. And then you're also going to put in a teaspoon of baking soda. Make sure you get all the baking soda in there. And then a half teaspoon of salt. All right, and then just, thanks, Erin. Hi, Erin. And probably Gavin and Isla in there too. All right, so whisk up your dry ingredients, and this is going to be in a large bowl, and then set that aside. Now take out a medium bowl because you're going to need that for your wet ingredients. So start with just 1 egg. I already cracked the egg, so just put your 1 egg in your small bowl, and then use your whisk and whisk it up. Scramble it a little bit, just make it a little easier to stir. And then I have 3/4 cup of granulated sugar. So put the granulated sugar in your bowl as well. And then whisk those 2 things together until it's nice and smooth. Okay, now you're going to want to use, hi Max. Hi Max. Oh, it's so fun having people watch and say hello. Thanks, Aunt Jean. Okay, I have a half cup of buttermilk that I'll pour in here and mix that up as well. Like I said, everything is just poured into the bowl and then mixed together, so we're keeping it real easy. So I just had a half cup of buttermilk, and now I have a half cup of vegetable oil. We'll add that. We'll also add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. All right, and then all of these things get whisked together. So now these are your wet ingredients, and we're going to mix those into the bowl with your dry ingredients too. All right, so we'll put our wet ingredients up here, pull our dry ingredients back onto the screen, and then just pour your wet ingredients into your dry ingredients. Now, if you're looking at this recipe on my website later, you'll notice that there's also a 1/4 cup of milk. We did not add the 1/4 cup of milk into our wet ingredients because we're going to do that in a second. So I like to mix everything up besides the 1/4 cup of milk. And you can see it kind of looks like dough right now. So we're making bread, so it should be the consistency of banana bread. But right now, it kind of looks more like the consistency of like a wet cookie dough. So once you kind kind of tap this and get all my ingredients out of my whisk there. All right, I'm gonna use my rubber spatula, mix it up, and then I'm gonna add in now my 1/4 cup of milk. There we go. And now I'll use my rubber spatula to combine that too, and that's gonna make it, splash a little bit. That's gonna make it a thinner consistency and easier to stir, and then easier to add your add-ins into it. Okay. Perfect. All right, now I have 2 cups of strawberries that I sliced up. So I'm gonna put this aside for a second so I can show you guys the strawberries. I have 2 cups of strawberries that are cut into small pieces. So I like took a strawberry, sliced it in half, turned it a 1/4 turn, and then sliced it maybe like 4 or 5 more times. So that we ended up with really little strawberry pieces that we're gonna put into our strawberry bread. So, whoops, I almost forgot. You're gonna take your 2 cups of strawberries and then 2 tablespoons of flour. So remember I said, don't put your extra 2 tablespoons of flour into your dry ingredients. This is why. You're gonna take your 2 tablespoons of flour and pour them into your strawberries. And then just use a fork and mix it up a little bit and coat all of your strawberries in flour. So if you have ever made like chocolate chip cake or blueberry muffins or something along those lines, it's really typical to coat your fruit or your chocolate chips or whatever like heavy add-ins you're using into your baked goods to coat them in flour. And that's because if you coat them in flour, the batter holds onto them and they don't sink to the bottom. Whereas if you don't coat them in flour, they're a little bit more slippery and all of those add-ins sink to the bottom and you're gonna have just like a layer of strawberries at the bottom of your strawberry bread, which we don't want. We want like a nice clean slice with lots of delicious strawberries in every bite. So we coated it in flour. And now we're gonna put that into our bowl. Mix it up. Mix them in kind of gently. You don't want to like destroy your strawberries, obviously, but they're pretty durable, so they should be good. And this is perfect. Like it's going to be nice and red or pink too. So if you want to make this for like a delicious Memorial Day breakfast for your kids or a dessert even, I think about this recipe as dessert because it has like the glaze, the icing on it, but my family has been calling it a breakfast recipe, so I guess you can use it whichever way you want, but the colors on there can make it really festive for Memorial Day. So, okay, now I have a bread loaf, which actually I'm going to tell you how large it is. It's 9 by 5, so it's a 9 by 5 bread loaf pan. I'm going to spray it with some nonstick spray. And then I'm just going to pour the strawberry bread batter in here. And that's pretty much it for the base of the strawberry bread. So this part was, I mean, it's all really easy, but this part obviously went by pretty quickly. So we're going to pour all the batter in here, and then we're going to put it into the oven for about 50 to 55 or so minutes, depending on your oven. You want the top to brown, and then you're going to do the toothpick trick where you put the toothpick in, and if it comes out clean, if your toothpick comes out clean, then you know that your strawberry bread is done. If after like 50 or so minutes, your toothpick doesn't come out clean, but the top of the strawberry bread is starting to look really brown, you can put like tent a little bit of aluminum foil over it, and that'll make sure that it doesn't burn, but it's still continuing to cook on the inside. So I'm going to throw this into the oven, and then I'm going to show you how to make the glaze. So I'm setting my timer for about 55 minutes because I have kind of a slow oven. So I'm going to start with 55 minutes. And now I'll show you how to make the glaze. All right, so the glaze is pretty easy, and there's a reason it's delicious. It's just because it's just mostly sugar. I have a tablespoon of butter in here. I'm going to put this in the microwave. Hi, Nick. Yes, you definitely want the strawberry bread in your belly. Oh, and Matt says his family had an entire loaf for breakfast. That's accurate. I gave them a loaf of strawberry bread, and within 24 hours, the entire thing was gone amongst 4 people. So if that tells you, I always say, like, when you're making recipes or content for the internet, you never know like what people are going to love and what people are just kind of going to scan by. But I wish that I could tell people like, make this one go viral because it's such a good recipe. So seriously. Um, Thanks, Brandon. He says he can't wait to see the finished product. All right, I'm gonna put this in the microwave for a second. Thanks for commenting, Brandon. And put this in here for 20 seconds, and we're just gonna melt up our tablespoon of unsalted butter. Now, in the meantime, I have 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. I told you, most of it is just sugar. So I have 2 tablespoons of milk. So we just use 2% milk in our house. So I'm using 2% milk, but you can use whatever kind of milk you normally have. Check on my butter over here. Fully melted, so that's good. And I'll put my 1 tablespoon of butter in here. And then I'm gonna I'll use this fork here. And we'll whisk it up. And I don't know if you guys can see in here, but it looks like there's not gonna be enough liquid to make this into an icing, but there is. You just gotta give it a second, stir it up, make sure you incorporate all the powdered sugar. And then we're gonna put some food coloring in here to make it a little bit more colorful and beautiful. So we'll mix it up. And then I might actually, okay. I hope you have a good day too. Thank you so much. I have pink food coloring, but you can also use red. But I'm just gonna put 1 drop in here, and that's enough to turn it the color that you want. So this is gonna be fun. Mix it up. Perfect. And it's a little bit thicker than what I want. So if you can see, it's kind of like, it kind of looks more like a frosting than an icing. So I'm just gonna grab a milk gallon and just put like a tiny little splash more milk in here. Just enough to make it a little bit more liquidy. Let's see how that goes. Maybe a tiny, tiny bit more. You want it to make sure that there we go. All right. You want to make sure that it's easy to stir. Oh, hi, Nancy. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. All right, there we go. So you can see now it's a little bit more easily pourable. I'll do it again. There you go. So that's the consistency that you want it to be. And like I said, if you add your wet ingredients in there and it's not the right consistency, then you can just add a little splash more at a time. Don't put in too much at a time, like not a full tablespoon, just like a teeny splash, and mix until you get the right consistency. All right, then I have 1 more cup of cut up strawberries. And these ones are a little bit larger, but you can keep pieces small too if you want. Dump that into your icing. And then mix them all in. All right, so as per usual, I prepped a strawberry bread so that it was ready. So we didn't have to wait an hour for it to be done. So I have this beautiful cooked strawberry bread loaf. You can see it's risen a lot. It's nice and moist and delicious. And now I'm just gonna pour the glaze right on top. Wish I could like zoom in on how delicious this looks. There you go. And I'm gonna reserve a little bit too. Oh, it drips down the sides. I'm gonna have a mess on my countertop, but it's worth it. I'm gonna reserve a little bit of that icing too, so that when I cut a slice, I can just drizzle it on my individual piece too. All right. Let's cut a slice of this, shall we? Look, isn't it such a beautiful color, right? It's so fun. So I definitely want you guys to make this one. I mean, I want you to make all of them at home, but this is like, if I could advocate for you to make a recipe at home of mine, it'd be this one because I really love it. Okay. My dad's fixing his chainsaw outside. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's pretty noisy. All right, let's see if I can get a slice of this out. How am I gonna do this? There we go. So it has the nice frosting on top. I'll put a little extra drizzle on my actual piece. Just give it a little bit more sugar, right? Because that's what we all need, more sugar. All right, and then I'll take a little bite. Do a little happy dance over the strawberry bread. Yes, the icing is totally the best part. The icing makes it. It's delicious without the icing, but it's amazing with the icing. So thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me every single weekend for me to show you how to make all these recipes. I'm having a lot of fun doing live videos, and it's fun seeing you guys comments, and then I might even know that people have sent me photos later of watching the video and then making those things at home. So that makes me really, really happy. If you're watching and you don't like my page, The Foreign Fork, please go do that because it means so much to me. I put a lot of work into this project, and so it means so much when people like and follow my page or send me pictures of things that they make. So if you make this at home, send me a picture. I'd love to see it. And don't forget to like The Foreign Fork on Facebook or follow me on Instagram. And if you want to make this recipe at home, you can visit www.foreignfork.com. I'll put the link in the description of this video too, and I'll walk you through the steps with step-by-step pictures and everything on my blog post where you can see how to make the recipe. All right, thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend, and I will see you next week.